They say silence in the mountains is peaceful, but when you're 10 years old, living in a lonely wooden house with only your mom for company, that silence does not feel peaceful. It feels alive, and sometimes it feels hungry. When I was 10, my mom and I moved into an old wooden house deep in the Colorado mountains. At first, I loved it. The air was fresher than anything I had ever breathed. Mornings filled with birdsong, evenings painted the sky gold and crimson, and nights revealed stars brighter than I had ever seen. Mom would smile and say, "See? This is good for us. A clean start." And for a while I believed her. But soon, the beauty of the mountains changed. Because when the sun went down, everything grew too quiet. The silence wasn't peaceful. It was heavy. And the longer we stayed, the more that silence felt less like peace and more like a warning. One night I woke to footsteps in the hallway. Slow, heavy. "Too heavy to be my mom," I whispered. "Mom?" No answer. I peeked out. The hallway was empty, but the floorboards were still creaking, like someone had just stepped off them. Then the scratching started. Inside my bedroom wall. Slow, deliberate like nails carving wood. Then came the whispers. A voice, low and raspy, calling my name. That's when my health began to change. I couldn't sleep. Dark circles sank under my eyes. Food tasted like ash. And sometimes I woke up with scratches on my arms, like I'd clawed myself in the night. Mom took me to a doctor. He said I was just adjusting to the move. But I knew better. Something in that house was draining me. One afternoon, lying on the couch, I heard humming. A woman's voice, gentle, almost like a lullaby. I thought Mom had come home early. I called out. No answer. I followed the sound upstairs. The moment I reached the hallway, the humming stopped. The rooms were empty. But on the wall outside my bedroom, fresh scratches. 4 deep claw marks. That night I burned with fever, shaking, sweating, while the whispers hissed all around me like they were inside the walls. The worst night came when Mom worked a double shift. I was alone until midnight. I locked every door, turned on the TV for comfort. But right after sunset, the power went out. The house went completely black. Then I heard it. The footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming down the hallway. I ran to my room, shoved the dresser against the door, my chest pounding. But then the wall behind my bed began to bulge. The boards cracked outward as if something was pushing from the inside. A pale, twisted hand broke through the wood. Fingers too long. Nails like claws. The voice came again. "Stay. With me." I was burning with fever, my body weak. The boards split wider and I saw its face. Eyes hollow. Skin stretched gray over bone. A grin too wide. Teeth sharp like knives. It leaned closer. With the last strength I had, I screamed. And everything went black. The next thing I remember, my mom was shaking me awake on the living room floor. I don't remember running. The next morning, my wall was destroyed, splintered, clawed, and carved into the wood. One word: stay. We moved out 2 weeks later. My health came back almost instantly, but sometimes, even now, I wake in the night, sweating, my heart racing, and in the silence, I hear it. That same rasping whisper calling my name from inside the walls.